we're live.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
We're live,
welcome
right?
to the stream.
Okay, well, welcome to
Uh,
the stream, guys. Today, me and Adam, we're going to be doing a little project in Python, the TicTacToe project, where each player will take its turn and play in TicTacToe. Adam, is there anything else you want to say about the project?
just to go over how this is working. So what you're seeing right now is Josh's computer, and I am obviously social distancing 6 miles away from Josh at my own house, and we'll be coding through this together. But we're actually typing up the code. I'll just be narrating along and answering any questions that y'all have. If you post anything in the chat, I'll go ahead and answer that. Should we go ahead and get started?
All right, let's get started. All right, so first part we're going to do to make this TicTacToe game would be creating the actual board itself, right? We're going to create the boards to see it, give us a visual of it. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to make a 2D array or a list. A list in Python is basically like an array in Java or C Sharp. It's the same idea. So in order to start in a list, we start out with the brackets. And the way we're going to do this, since the whole tic-tac-toe grid is a 3x3 grid, right? What we're going to do is we're going to put something empty. So let's put like 0, for example, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to make a for loop for I in, let's say, in range of 3 because we want 3, right?
So what this is doing is we're making an array with just three items that are 0, right? So like this, imagine this is like a row or something. We have a blank, blank, and blank. So it's like sort of a condensed for loop.
Just do this. Yes. And
Oh,
we'll do the
also, we
same
forgot
thing.
to mention, if y'all want to code along, you guys can do so in your own IDE, like we're using Visual Studio Code, or you can use an online IDE if you don't have one installed. If you go to repo.it/languages/python3, that'll give you the an online code editor that you can use.
All right, let's see if this prints out the actual thing itself. Of course it doesn't. Actually, let me switch the terminal over here. Be much easier if it does. Okay.
So yeah,
So,
so right
okay,
here
we have the
we're putting out
basic
the array.
idea of it, right? This is the first row, this is the second row, and this is the third row, right? That's the basic idea that we're going for here, right?
So all this first line of code is doing is it's making an array with 3 rows, and each row contains 3 blank spots, right? So those are our columns. So you can imagine this as our board, but like abstractified into an array.
Yes, exactly. Now, okay, we have that done. So let's actually make it print out like it would in a tic-tac-toe game. So here I'm going to start out a method, right? I'm going to call it print board. By the way, Adam, do you want to explain them what a definition is or a method is?
Oh, okay. So a method is sort of some sort of instruction that we can get to the computer that we can call over and over again. So in this case, we're making a print board method or function, and basically we want to be able to print the board or display to the user whenever we want. So we put this into a function so that we can call it whenever we want. We can say, hey, we want to print the board, and it's going to do the same set of instructions over and over again. So in this case, what we have is we're going to have 2 for loops. The first for loop is going to grab each row of the board. So as you can see in our array, we have 3 separate row components. So it's going to grab each row, and then the second for loop, the for line board, it's going to grab each item in the row, and then all we want to do is just print out the item or print out something, right?
Mm-hmm. This is for the player model itself, right?
Yeah. Do we want to just print out the thing in the array right now?
All right, yeah. Let's just go with this real quick. Give me a second from there, right? And
Yeah.
then
So all we want to do right now is just print out
just print it
print out
from
something, right?
yes. So we just print it from here, right?
Yeah. So if you look on line 7, we're just going to print out x's right now, and the end equals blank right now. It's just telling it instead of going to a new line, hey, just put a space there.
Let's
So after we write our function,
we're gonna put this in a variable. Let's call it board real quick.
yeah.
Right. And print board, and I want it to be called board. By the way, what I'm doing here is I'm putting in a parameter. And basically what I'm doing is I'm gonna make pass board through the method, since well the method takes something into account, which is the actual board itself, and it's gonna do something with it, just like how Adam explained it, how a method does specific instructions on a simple thing. So if we print this out, this should work. Let's see. Did I get nothing? I probably got nothing, didn't I? Yep. Let's see. Okay. What's going on here? For X and board.
Oh, it's because on line 6 we're saying if y equals 0.
Oh, you're right. That'd be right. Just like this itself. No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we just print. Yeah, just put the print function in there, like the.
In the Y.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try that out. I don't think this will work, but okay.
Josh, we gotta put like print like X with the end.
Oh, right.
All right. So like as we're going through the board, for each Y, like each item in each row, right? We want to print out the item, right? Like so, print out Y, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then we want to have the end set to blank.
Set the end to, yeah, that's right.
Because right now, if we push run right now,
this shouldn't work at all, would it?
it just why does it do that?
Why does it do that?
The second for loop we want for Y and X instead of Y and board.
Oh,
yeah,
that's true.
That's right. So if we can rename like the variables that we want from X and Y. So like, if we rename X to like row or something.
Yeah, let's make that. It'll make it much easier to understand.
Yeah. So for row and board, so for each row in the board, and then for each column in the row, we want to print out the column.
Just like that. Okay. Let's print it out.
And as you can see, it prints out a whole row of zeros, which is not too bad. But the thing is, we want to have a line break after each row, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after each row, after the for loop on line 7, we're going to put like just a print statement that'll move over to the next line.
We could just do print like right here, right?
Yeah, like right there, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it'll be able to. Okay, let's run.
And so that should bring it down to the next line.
There we
go. And now we have our TicTacToe board right here.
Yep.
So that's the basic board function. Mm-hmm. And if y'all have any questions, please post it in the chat right now.
All right.
So now that we have
now that we have the board, let's talk about getting the player input, right?
Yeah, let's make maybe a function that changes values on the board.
Changes the values on the board. Okay, so let's make a function. Let's call it MakeMove.
MakeMove, yeah.
MakeMove, yeah. What parameters is it going to take? Well, obviously, it's going to take an input, right? So it has to be like a player. And then it needs to reference the board itself, right? So
yeah,
player and the board. From here, okay, let's make, this is where we get the inputs, right? So let's make input 1 equal, let's guess into an int because that's what we want, right? So int, and then we can put input.
Well, let's just yeah. So we want to ask the player for let's see, like a row, and then like a column, right?
Yeah.
So what we're doing here is we're making another function called MakeMove, which takes in the current player and the current board, and we're asking the user, hey, what row do you want and what column do you want? Someone's asking, what's your favorite color? Josh, what's your favorite color?
It's gonna be dark blue.
Dark blue. I am a red type person.
Ah, I see.
I feel like red is the superior color.
Red is the superior color.
Yes.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Back to the code.
Right. My bad. Okay, so We have the inputs, right? And then from the input, basically, we want
We,
to
we want to
say we want to
change
check.
that, right?
Yeah, make a
Well, let's
specific.
just change it for now.
Let's just
Let's just
change it.
change it.
Okay. So then we put board.
We just want to set board
Was it
of input
input
one.
one because that's the row first,
Uh-huh.
and then input two, which will be the
Yes. So
column, right?
yeah, and it equals
Equals the play.
the player,
The player.
whatever player it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, what we're doing in line 13 is we're saying, okay, board, and then we have our two square brackets, and the square brackets represent our rows and columns. So this is
Row.
the syntax for referencing
Actually,
parts
let
of
me
the
just
2D
put
array.
row. Let me
We
just
really
make
should
it
just name it
easier.
row.
Yeah, it'll be easier.
Column.
Right.
So based on what the user says, and then we're going to set that equal to player. So now if we go down and on a new line after print board or something, we can test this function out, right? We can say like MakeMove player is like, I don't know, player number one or something, right?
Right. So we
Or
just want to put
just one,
one.
I guess.
Yeah. And then board will be board, right?
Yeah. So the board is
Okay.
the board that we made in
Mhm.
line one, and then we want to print the board after that too to make sure it works.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Let's run it. So there we go. We got the board here. Let's say what
What
row
row
do
do
you
you want?
want? Adam, what row?
Two.
Two. What column?
One or something.
One. Okay.
No, we
Well,
forgot to print out the
forgot
board.
to print out the
After.
board itself. So we could just do print board here, right?
Yeah.
And
So
then
we just
board.
go to
Because
print
we're
the
just
board
referencing the method
after
again.
the make move.
Right. Okay. Duh. All right. So what was it again? Row two and
Let's say row two,
column one,
row
right?
one,
Oh.
and look, see, so
Oh.
there's a small little
Oh,
problem here.
I see what the problem is.
Uh, if some of you guys
Let's see.
might notice this, the problem is that in languages like Python, the arrays are zero index, which means
Zero
they start
index.
counting at zero. So
Hmm.
the rows are numbered 0, 1, and 2, not 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
So all we want to do is we just want to take the user input and we want to subtract 1 from it
Just one.
on both the row and the column.
Hmm.
So this time, if they say row number 2, which is actually row number 1 according to the computer, we can reference the correct row.
So let's try this again. All right.
So hey,
Row
let's say we choose row 2,
two,
and we choose column 1.
column one.
And
There
as
you
you can
go.
see, it puts a little number 1
Row
right
two,
right
column
there.
one. Yep. Yeah, we gotta make
Right,
sure
so
that we
so
know.
far,
Yeah, zero-based indexing.
yeah, so far it works.
It works for the player. Yes.
Yes.
What else can we
What
do
should we
here?
do next?
We can make it. Probably we can start making like the actual, like, hey, let make it more sophisticated. Like say,
Yeah,
welcome to the
should we?
TicTacToe game, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
so so right now we just have a board. Should
Yeah.
we make it so that we can input different players?
Yeah. Let's make it where we can input different players.
Okay, so let's say in programming we like to treat everything as like zeros and ones or something, right? Or like
Hmm.
keep it nice and simple. So we're just gonna go with player zero, player one, right?
Yes, for sure.
I think that's a good idea. Now that
So
means obviously we have to change our board default to like something besides zero
right. Well, let's make it into, I don't know, a
dashes,
dash. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Let's make it into a dash. So basically, should we first do like the actual client handling of itself, or
Oh yeah.
yeah, right? Okay. So
So yeah, one of the things we have right now is we're just kind of debugging, messing around with it on lines 18 and 19. We want to kind of structure this somehow, right? And
hmm
so we're going to make this thing called a client handler. You could call it whatever you want. It's basically just our main function. And this is the one function that's going to be called at the beginning of the game. And it's just going to, uh, it has all the logic and all the brains of it. So it looks like what Josh is doing right now is that he's making a function called new board, which simply returns the blank board every time. So that means we could continue to play the game over and over again and easily restart with a new board. So in our client
yes,
handler, we're getting a new board. So we're saying board equals new board. Oh, you forgot the parentheses in line one.
I did. Where? Oh, pretend you didn't see
None of
that.
y'all saw that.
Pretend that you didn't see that. Pretend you didn't see that. I completely forgot about the parentheses. Okay, so we're gonna make the new board. Yeah, so let's make it sophisticated. Welcome it. So I don't know.
So we'll say, hey, we're making a new board. We might say, hey, welcome to
To
the
the
tic-tac-toe game.
tic-tac-toe, not toy, tic-tac-toe game. Okay, so now that we have that printed, what we're gonna do now, we want to get the player, right? So
Hmm.
let's make the player 0, right? Um,
Yeah, so we start with the first player, right, which we're gonna call player
yes,
0, and the second player we'll call player 1. Again, this is like a little quirk about programming where you start at 0 instead of 1. So it's a yeah, but I promise it makes things easier.
it does.
And so we have this, and let's just say let's just say we make a move with this.
We make a move.
Just see if
So make move,
our thing works.
right?
Yeah. So now what
And
we can do is we can say make move, and we can feed it in player
then board, just like that.
board, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And then we can print. Okay, so to print the board, and then we can let's go ahead and run
We
the
can
client handler to see how that works.
Yeah, let's run it real quick. Oh, by the way, something that you need to know in Python. Notice how I have all the methods above before I call the actual method itself. It's a way for Python to like let us know like, hey, I have all of these methods and I want you to read them first, so that let's say I want to call MakeMove, but let's say I call it above before I even, from top to down, then what's gonna happen is that it's gonna be very confused, and basically what it's gonna do once I call MakeMove here, it's gonna go all the way from the top and then read it again until it reaches MakeMove, which is at the bottom. So it's always important to know to always put your methods above when you actually call the actual methods. It's just something to notice or to
Yeah,
note. So
definitely. I had a lot of trouble with that.
okay,
So
there you go. Welcome to
it
the.
says, "Welcome to the game. What role do you want?"
Oh, I didn't put it to. That was on me. That's on me. I
What?
didn't. I didn't print the actual board itself.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So the board is blank. Let's go ahead and like type in a row then.
Row one.
Yeah.
Column. Let's go 3. There we
And
go.
hey, print something out of
Nice.
row 1, column 3. You can see there's a 0 right there right now, which will soon become X's and O's. But
Yes,
what this means is since we've like made everything to methods, we can then online like we can then change the player to something else and then call the same make move function,
that is true. Yes, we can.
right? So like, should we try that? Let's just say we somehow we change the player to player 1 or something, just to show the viewers.
So we can just change it to player 1.
Yeah, so we can change the player 1 or something.
Hmm. Oh,
And
you
if
mean
we
like output it to like the actual viewer here?
huh?
Did you mean
No,
to
no,
out?
we could just say like if we change to
Oh,
like player 1 or something, the game will still the
work
thing will still
itself.
function just as well. 2, I guess, in column 2
Too.
or 1.
Either or, it
It doesn't
doesn't really
matter.
matter.
Yeah, so like player
See,
1
it'll
can go
still
in the
always
center
make
right
the
there,
same
right?
move. Yeah, it always make the same
Um,
move, right? Um,
so yeah. So now what we want to do is we want to do this over and over and over again, right?
right. So
Until the game is hypothetically over,
over,
or until
right?
that's actually over.
Yeah. So what we could do here is we can make a loop, right? To make it keep going over and over until there's a certain condition that's met, right?
Yeah,
So what kind of loop we thinking to do here?
like a nice like while loop.
A while loop probably? Yeah, until
Yeah,
it's not true, cause yeah. Okay.
just the perfect spot for a while loop. So
So okay, let's make
should that
it here, right?
yeah.
Because we want to. Okay, so
So we
while
say the play is 0, then while um I guess for now we can just say well like true. We can just keep running it, and then later on we'll add the thing whenever the game is over.
while true, I want you to make a move.
Make move.
Right.
And then,
Oh,
but after we make a move,
special.
we want to increment. We want to change the player, right?
We want to change the player, obviously, right? So what we can
So
do
we're
here, we can make player equal to we could do
like so we increment the player by 1.
+1.
But here's the special thing. Here's why we chose to do 0 and 1 instead of 1 and 2. Because 0 and 1 is basically determining if numbers like if we increment by 1, it's basically passing between odds and even numbers, right?
Hmm.
So we could just determine if a number is odd or even
Using
uh,
a special
using
symbol.
the modulus thing.
Hmm.
So this is taking the remainder after you divide by 2. So it'll go player 0 and then player 1, and then after that it'll increase by 1 to get to 2. But 2 modulus 2 will give you back. It will jump back down to 0, 1, and then it'll keep repeating over and over again.
Yes.
Versus if we did 1 and 2, it'd be a little more complicated with the math.
Yeah, it definitely would. So actually, before we ask them like, "Welcome to the TicTacToe game," we should probably print it out, right?
Per board?
The board itself, yeah.
Oh yeah, we should probably print.
Actually, even then, we should make it
Well, we already
print.
have the print board function being called in the MakeMove thing.
Oh, we do? Oh, you're right. We do. It's right here. Okay, so
Yeah,
then we could just print out it's player X's turn, right?
yeah.
So it is
It's player.
player. Oh,
Um,
also, just a note. If you put F here, and then I can do this. Oops, not that. This. I am able to call any, um, you know, logic from Python. It's a shortcut. Instead of doing the plus and then putting the str player +1 thing, I could just do this, and then I can say, oh yeah, this guy's turn, right?
yeah.
Oof. Actually, I can't do that, can I?
Oh, you got to change everything else to
I do
quotation
have
marks.
to. You know what? Let me take that back. It'll be much easier if I do it like this. Plus, that's a little bit too advanced. So let's
But
go with.
no, you still have to do like the quotation marks instead.
Do I?
Yeah, because like you have to put the quotation marks around the single quote thing.
Oh, you're right. I do have to do that. Oh well. So like that. Turn, right? Oh, actually, we don't need a space here.
Yeah.
Um, let's make it here is the board, right? And then from there, we could then print the board itself.
Mm-hmm. Which means we have to remove the print thingy from line 16, right?
Yeah, we do.
So basically,
Just gonna
while it's true, we're just going to print its player blank turn and then print the board and ask them what row and column they want. So now if we push run,
let's run it real quick.
it'll run the client handler and say, hey, welcome to the toe game. It's player one's turn. Here's the board. What row do you want?
I want row 2, and I want column 3.
Yeah,
Nice.
so that, and then now since it's player two's turn, you might notice that like on line 23 we're adding 1 to the player, so it's plays 1 and 2 to the user. But actually, like on the back end, we're storing it as 0 and 1.
Correct. Hence the
Slightly
+1 thing.
confusing, but it hopefully it all works out. Let's see. I want to go row 1, column 1 or something.
Okay. Column 1.
So as you can see, it puts like my marker on row 1, column 1 right there, and then Josh can go wherever
And
he
then I
wants to
could go.
go.
Yeah. I want row 2, column 2.
Yes. So there's
There
a
you go.
small, tiny smidget of a problem here, which means I can go in row 2, and column 2, and
You
it'll just
stole my
overwrite
turn.
it.
Yeah, so
So
that's the logic there.
we
So
gotta fix that.
we gotta make a like a checker, basically, in MakeMove.
Yeah.
We can say it could
So
be a quick conditional, right? So
yeah.
if
So it's just if let's say
um
the thing is blank.
yeah, so like if where the player wants to go has an input, then we just like say it to do it again, right?
Hmm.
So we could just say if board
If the
um
if the board row column is blank, right?
mhm
So if it's equal to that
row
dash thing that we
column
put in.
column is equal to like this to what is it to the dash, right? We put it into the
Uh-huh.
dash. So equal to the dash. Then what I want
Then
you
we
to
want
do,
to if it's blank, then we do that the board
yeah,
row
we could do
column
that.
thingy, and then else
Else,
uh so if it's not blank, we will obviously want the user to choose a different row, right? We don't want to just end and say, hey, it's not going to work, or you lose your turn.
invalid choice.
So invalid choice, and all we have to do is call the same function again. So this is called this is known as recursion.
Hmm.
It's a bit simple version of recursion because all we're doing is We say, okay, if it doesn't work, let's call the function again. Start over. Like, what row do you want? What column do you want? And it'll go through and check again.
Yep, just like that. So let's
Yes.
try it now.
Hopefully that should work. Let's try that.
Yeah, let's run it real quick. Oh, what's
Oh
going on
no!
here?
Oh, big problems.
For int base 10. What's going on here? Print board line 28. Invalid literal for int base 10. Base 10. It's complaining about the input itself. Huh.
Oh. This is confusing. We didn't change anything now.
We did not. All I did was just create an if and then an else. That's all I did.
If we comment out the if and else thing, does it still give us an error?
Let's check. Let's see. Now let's run it again.
So this is the code we had. Oh, now that's not working. Oh, that's an indent. I didn't set the indent.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is the code we had earlier.
Yeah, so it works.
So it works, but then when we add the thing in there, it doesn't work. Which is very
What's going
surprising.
on here? This is very interesting. I've never had this problem before. Maybe we're trying. Yeah, no, we're comparing equals to that, right? And then,
Hey
interesting.
Josh.
Yeah.
Someone just called this noob in the chat. This is a great big part of what normal programmers do. They just sit around, stare at computer screens, and wonder why in the world
Why does
their
it
code
not
is not
work?
working.
Yeah, this is part of programming.
If anybody knows why it's not working, should totally tell us in the chat because we can't figure it out.
This is weird.
Okay, what if we just unhighlight the if statement itself?
Okay.
So if we just have if,
oh,
and we
dude,
don't
let's
have the
debug. We can debug. What are we
debug.
doing?
No, we don't need to.
Why not? It's to show them. We can show them what
Okay,
debugging
fine.
is. Okay. So in order to debug, if you're on Visual Studio Code, it's just F5 and then just click Python file. Right? Okay.
So it's going through, it's trying to help find the errors.
Wait, it didn't complain this
Wait,
time.
it worked this time.
It worked this time. What? Hold on. Let's run that again. What is going on? Okay. Obviously there's something going on here. So let's debug, because debug is always your best friend.
Okay, what row do we want?
Okay, let's say I want row 1 and I want column 2. Okay, there we go. So we have column 1.
If.
Right? So now we're in the if, so let's step into. If it's this, then I want row column
Set that equal to
player.
player.
Right, so I want it to be the player. And then you print the board. And then we could see there. See?
It works.
Row 1, column 2.
But why does it not work?
Right, this is where it goes. It prints it out again, all over again. Let's keep it here. Let's resume to here. Right, so yeah. Then
I am so confused as to why this is not working.
MakeMove, and then you do. See what? Now I'm really confused. When we debug, it works, but once we run it.
Okay, y'all saw that, right? We didn't change anything.
This is confusing. There,
Now it
again.
gives me an error.
Now it gives me an error. But I run it again. Wait a minute, something's going on here. Every other time I run it, it works. Why? Huh. This is
Is very
interesting.
weird.
This is very interesting.
Oh, um,
Let me know what you got. Cause to be quite honest, I'm really lost. I've never had this problem before.
never mind. I thought I knew, and I do not know.
If then I want you to run it. Else print a note. What if I take off MakeMove really quick? Okay, let's clear it. Let's clear it. I need this clear. There's too much stuff going on. Okay, I run it. It works. Okay.
See, look, it works now. And we run it again. The same file.
You know what I think it is?
What?
Do you think because I'm running it again and we haven't stopped it, it like there's this error of saying like, hey, the last input that you put was not registered
Oh,
well? Do you think that could be why? Because
maybe
that's
that's what it is. That
honestly
might be
that's the
what it is.
only thing I can think of. Because I'm running it
Okay, so
again while it's still there.
right now it works half the time, guys.
Actually, I have two
Uh,
terminals, three terminals actually. Well, this is the debugging.
yeah.
Let me just make one. Let me just make one. So let's run it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
let's try to make a move here. So go ahead and
Yeah.
take a
Okay.
move.
Let's go row two, column one.
Okay.
Okay. What about
We're
yours?
printing the board twice, which is all right. Yeah, it's all right.
That's
Okay.
okay. That's
Okay.
fine.
That's okay. We can fix that. I'm like, okay. I want to go row 2,
Row two,
column 1.
column one.
Invalid choice, choose again. And I was asking for a new row. I want row 2,
Row two,
column 2.
column two.
And chapow!
Oh,
But it is printing it
yeah.
over
Because
there.
we're
I think that's because of line 20, which we could
yeah.
just get rid of.
We could just get rid of that. No problem. Yeah, let me just do it right now. I'm just gonna comment it out. By the way, just comment it out.
Yeah.
The shortcut in Visual Studio Code is just Control and then um slash.
Yeah,
So
the forward slash
the
thing,
forward,
right? Yeah.
yeah, the forward slash.
So so far it works right now, right?
Yeah, I think that's why it was giving us the errors because every time that I was doing it, I kept running it in the middle of it, doing, its thing. So I think that could have been why.
Um, I think we've gotten far enough in here. We should make like a little small cosmetic change where instead of printing out 0 and 1s, it prints
We
out
should make out
X's and
X
O's.
and Y's, or X's and
Yeah,
O's. Yeah, X's and O's. Okay.
X and Y's.
I'm thinking math
Versus
right now.
program TicTacToe. Um,
Okay.
it's quite simple
So
to do this, right?
yeah, it should be in here, right, for column and
We
row.
just modify our print board function.
Yeah. So I could do an if here,
Uh-huh.
right? So if, and then we could say if what
The
column,
column,
right? If
yeah,
column equals to 0, then what I want you to do is I want you to print
X.
x, and then we end it with a space.
And we're adding the same end space thing.
Else if column equals to 1, right?
Uh-huh.
We can make it to print O, because that's the
Yeah.
second player. And then we end just like that, and
Space.
then
And then else
else
we'll print out the default thing.
we print out.
We can just indent that other line, right? Okay, yeah. All right.
We should do this, right? Print this, and then end in space. Okay, and
Yeah,
then
and we
we
got
could
rid
take
of
this
line
off, right?
13. Yeah.
Okay.
So all it's doing is just saying, okay, if player 0 is there, right? The first player that plays, hey, go ahead and print X. And if it's player 1 is there, go ahead and print O. And then if not, we're just gonna print our standard dash. Let's see if this works.
Let's check it out. Let's run it. Oh, I keep forgetting.
Shoot.
It's because,
Okay.
like I said, I don't keep doing it here. All right. So, what row do
Okay.
we
See,
want?
player 1's turn.
So let's go with. All right. I'll be player one. I want row one, column one.
Oh, look, he goes
Aha!
there. And I
X.
can go row 2, column 2.
Nice. You got the O. Okay, now
Uh-huh.
I want.
If we keep playing, there's a very big problem that becomes very apparent very quickly. Let's say I make a silly move. I go
A
row
silly move.
3, column 2.
Should I win?
Yeah.
All right.
So then he obviously goes row 1, column 2. Oh, look, he won, but like the game is still going.
Well, yeah, because we haven't made the
We have
rules
no lose
logic yet.
condition.
Yeah, and that would
So
be a separate method
yeah,
itself.
so that's the next logical step, I think.
So you want to do that?
Yeah, let's go ahead and put it
Whew,
in.
okay, this is
So far,
probably
so
the
good. We're
hardest
all
part.
following along.
Yeah,
Quite a bit so far.
this is probably the hardest part of this of
Oh
this
no.
of this project.
Oh no.
Is making
Um,
the actual rules itself. Okay, let's
so we're
say
gonna show you guys one way to do it. We highly encourage you guys to try to find more efficient and better ways to input implement these conditions.
yeah, this is where you can create your own type of logic, and you don't have to um like follow what we're doing.
Yes, because the oh, can we show line 32? They want to see line 32.
They want to see line 32.
Oh, is the stream blurry for y'all or something?
Is it blurry? Is it wait, or is it talking about the comment?
It says line 32.
It's because I made it space to create the new definition, so I don't know if he was referencing the the commented outcome.
They want to see. I think the print the line 35 now. How
35.
how it's cut off.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's move that over.
there.
There we
Okay.
go. Also, we'll be uploading the code. Put a link in the chat after we're done with all of this.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
Thanks, Caitlin.
so now the rules. So let's say we want to make for the row in board, right? I want to
So basically, there. Let's check for each row and see if everything in the row is equal.
if everything in the row
Right. So
is equal.
that's an obvious win right there. If everything in the row is equal.
Yeah, so we
Right.
can
So we
just
can just do
do if
row.
row 0,
So the 0th part of row.
oops, equals to row 1, right?
And it's also equal to row.
And row 1.
Well, see,
Oh, we don't need to do
yeah,
this. That's right. I forgot.
we discovered while we were testing out some of these things yesterday that in Python you could just do row 0 equals row 1 equals row 2. In Java you can't do that.
In
In a lot of
Java,
other things you can't do that as well.
it would
But
have to be like this. It would be the AND operator. And then you'd have to put row 1 equals to row 2, like that. But
uh-huh.
in Python, you don't need to do that. You could just do this, which is actually pretty great.
And let's just say
Return. What did we return?
return true, right? Because the game is lost.
Or for now, we could just print out you
Oh, we
won,
can just print game over.
game over, or something like that.
So
Right?
we can get rid of a return statement.
Oh yeah, I don't need a return.
Yeah. So it's just gonna print game over. The game will still go on, but like we're just gonna print out game over so we know it works. Now the thing is, it's not gonna work yet because we're never calling the function.
Haha, I knew that.
So this is why we have our while loop set up. So where it says while true,
We could
uh,
just put while
while not
not
game
game
lost.
lost, right?
So by default, game lost is going to return false.
Right.
But we still have to put in a return
And we have to
function
put
anyways.
the. Yeah, we do have to. Oops, that's not how you spell board. So we do have to.
So basically, every time the while loop runs, it's going to check to see if the game is lost yet.
Okay, so.
So by default, on the game lost, we have to just return false, right?
Right. So. Right. Okay. So let's run it now.
But we have to put the default thing,
What do you mean?
or does it by default return false?
Isn't it already false because we're creating it as a boolean?
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's run it
Also,
now.
is return print gonna work?
It should. As
Can we
long as
just
you
do that?
return something, right? Right?
Okay.
It should work.
Or do we put like it on
Oh,
the
should
line
we
before?
return true and then before?
Should we just like print that and then return true? Yeah. So let's like print like game over or something and then return true.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, like that. Okay, yes, okay. Let's try it now. Okay, what
Oh no.
happened here?
Looks like it's just saying it's true. Oh, it's because they are all equal at
Oh,
the
they're all
beginning.
equal because the minus. That's
They're
right.
all empty.
That's right. So we need to make an if here. Uh,
Uh,
if the little
if
dash
there if
thingies
or we can just say if there's a dash
in the
in the
row,
row. So if the row has any dashes in there, we know they could not
then you could
have
just
one at
continue,
all. Yes.
just like
And
that.
continue just basically means to go to the next iteration of the for loop. So if
Yes.
it checks the row and it sees, hey, there's a dash in here, next row. Continue on to the next row, and then it goes through until it gets to all the rows. So
Okay,
now if we push run,
let's try it now. There we go.
so pal.
All right, so I'll go. I want row one. I want column one.
Okay, and I'll go row 2, column 2.
Row two, column two. I'll go row one, column three.
I'll go row 2, column 1.
And then I'll go row one, column two. Yay, game over.
Yay, it works. See? So now it says, okay, he won, and it's game over now.
You just actually let's just put you win instead of game over. That sounds depressing. You win. You win. You
You win.
win. Okay.
So the interesting thing is that uh we're going to so now if you win, right, it returns true,
Mm-hmm. The return is
which
true.
means it's going to break out of that while loop.
Correct.
So what we can do is we can do some stuff that happens after the while loop.
Yes, we
So,
can for sure.
so we can say we can actually move the you win statement out.
To that other area that's outside the while loop.
Yeah.
So right here, outside of while, we could say you win. Right? We should do
Uh-huh.
that.
We could say you win, or you could say player.
Oh, player blah 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 won, right?
Yeah.
So we could do we could do you just put player here, right? Player we need to put into
Plus 1, I think.
oh, just player plus one? Like
Yeah.
that? You sure?
Yeah, because we have to increment the player by 1, right?
Right.
And player plus 1 wins. Or player plus 1 you win. 1 you win. Player 1 you win.
You think so? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. So
And then we just write the word player and then
player
number you win.
and then you win. Like that. Let's try it. See if it works. Let's run it. Alright.
All right, let's go the same thing again. 1, 2, 2.
2, 1, 2, 2, 1, and then finally. Yeah, I figured it would be that. If we do the plus one, it would be the next one after.
Oh, okay. So we got to switch players before.
Can we just do this?
Can we just copy this? No, because the thing is, it's gonna if it's player 0, it's gonna show 0.
It shouldn't, because remember the modulus. Let's just try it.
Yeah,
Let's just try it. It's player 2, right? Oops. There, see, player 1, you win.
Yeah, but like if I win,
If you win,
it'll show player 0.
yeah, that's what we want, don't we? Because you're player 2.
Yeah, but we want to show player 2 1, not player 0, right?
But if I'm player 1, that means I won since I'm player 1. So
Yeah, but like if you push like run, and then we go like let's say I win somehow. Like you go 1
okay, so
1, and I go like 2 1,
I'll go 3.
then you go somewhere random, and then I'll go like 2 2,
Then you go 2.
and then 2 3. It's just player 0, you win. So I think if we just swap the players again.
So how are we gonna do this? So we just create.
After the while loop, we could just use the same player equals player plus 1 modulus 2.
Player plus 1 modulus 2. Okay. And then just... Oh, yeah, we have to make another set of parentheses, don't we?
Yeah.
Modulus 2.
Modulus 2, and we have to add 1 to all that, right?
Yes.
So basically, we're swapping the players, because the thing is, on line 43, it'll swap the players after the turn is made still. So we have to swap it again back to the original player, and then increment it 1 by 1 to display to the user.
Okay, did I miss any parentheses?
I hope no.
No, I didn't.
Yes.
Okay. That should work, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try it again. So let's do... let's say I went here, you went here, and then I went here, and then you went here. There we go.
Player 2, you win! Yay!
So let me win now. Make sure it works.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So if I go there, he goes to the top left corner. I go to the bottom middle corner for some reason. Part for some reason. He goes to the upper right hand corner and wins.
Okay, there you go.
Now you might notice we've only implemented win conditions for
The row.
the horizontal rows.
Oh man. Now we gotta do the vertical.
So we gotta do vertical columns now.
Oh man. This is gonna be an hassle. So
let's go. So we make another for loop, right? We wanted to run the for loop 3 times.
So for the row.
You want to out indent one more, right? Move out one. Yeah.
There we go. For row in board.
Or in this case, column, right? We want to check the column.
We want to check the column. You sure?
Yeah, column. So we're checking the rows already. So now we want to pick the column.
Oops. For column in board.
In
and then wait.
We can't do column in board, right?
We have to make it into a range of 3, don't we?
Yeah. So because the thing is, the board is already set up into, for those who are watching, into rows already. So in order to check the columns, we have to just say we want to iterate through.
Yeah.
Someone says, "Can you show the final board after the win somehow?"
After the win?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we could just put it right here.
That's just a very easy. You win, and then we can just display. We can use our nice fancy print board function that we've already made.
Print board, just like that. So
someone else says, "Yeah, that'd be cool."
This should work, right? What's going on?
Yeah. Why is there a squiggly red line?
Give me there and expect
Line 37.
Where?
I don't know. What if we just push? Oh, it's because the for loop in line 34 isn't completed.
Oh, that's right. Let's just put pass for now. Just to show. All right, let's actually play this time. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. All right, go for it.
Okay, I'll go 2, 2.
Oh, you're using that strategy again.
Oh no, where to go? I'll go row 2, column 1.
There you go.
So it says, yeah, play 1 you win, and it displays the board.
Yep, just like that. Okay, so for the columns.
So now we want to. It's a little finicky. But basically, we want to check the columns, right? So we want to see if the row, like 0, 1, 2, and 3, is the same for each column.
Yes, so for board 0 and then column.
In the column. So row 0, but the first column is the same thing as row 1, first column, and row 3 or row 2, first column.
Equals to this, which equals to this.
Yay! I guess we made the chat happy.
Did we? That's great. Okay, so like this, right? And then from there, you could just return true.
Yes.
Just like that.
Except when we push run, there's going to be another big problem that pops up.
Yes. It's going to say
and
because these guys are all the same. So we have to do the checker again. Oh boy.
Yes, we have to implement.
If,
so if any of them are equal to the dash, unfortunately, we do not have the pleasure of just checking to see if it's in the array because it's all over the place. So we have to manually type in if that first board thing equals dash or this thing equals.
Just copy that, right? Equals to the dash, right?
Or
this one equals to the dash.
yeah.
Then what I want you to do is
Then we just want to continue, just like the one before.
Okay, let me make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah, let's make the screen a little bit bigger.
There we go. Okay, so that should work. Let's run it. Oh, I forgot. Okay. Okay, let's see. It is player one. Here's the board. What row do you want? One, column one. Where do you want, Adam?
Let's say row 1, column 2.
And I want row 2. Oops, not 21. Row 2, column 1.
And I will go row 3 or 2, column 2 or something.
My bad. That was
Okay, row 2, column 2.
My bad. Okay. I want row 3, column 1. There you go. I win.
And look, the thing seems to work right there. We are going to go ahead and not implement diagonal link conditions, and we will leave that as an exercise for the
all you
viewers.
guys. See, challenge yourselves to create the diagonal. See how how you can do it.
Yeah.
Should we make it prettify it? I guess. Let's say let's put the actual
let's
column numbers and then the row numbers here.
Yeah, let's go and do that. So
Okay,
so now that we have the essence of the basic game, right? So we want to add some more stuff to it, make it nice. So we're just gonna add some. I guess Josh said we add some row column labels. So for the row, no, the column labels, it's pretty easy. We can just print out 1, 2, and 3 above the columns, and it'll be beautiful. But for the rows, we have to print it out in 3 separate instances. So all we're doing is we're making a counter that keeps track of the rows. And for each row, as it goes through the row, it's going to print the counter, and then it's going to increase the counter by 1.
just like this.
Yes.
Basically, he's gonna output this first, and then it'll output the row, and then it's gonna go up each time. So it'll be 1, and then 2, and then 3. And then from there, okay, so that's that. So let's print it out, make sure it works. There we go. 1, 2, 3.
Looks 3. It looks like our alignment's a little
space.
off, so we can just add a few more spaces in there.
There we go, just like that. This should work. Let me delete this because it's gonna give me an error saying, "Hey, what happened?" Okay, there we go.
And there we go. So now it's just one screen. If we play a game,
So basically, there.
what if you could select a position in one statement?
What was that? Sorry.
Someone is asking, what if you could select a position in one statement? Like if we type 13, it'd be row 1, column 3. We could do that.
Could do that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too hard, right?
That wouldn't be too hard, but why would you do that? I mean, why not just ask a question of row 1 and row 2? But if you want, we could show you. That will be what? How
Yeah, so let's we would have to rewrite our thing. So we can comment out lines 20 and 21.
Yeah, okay.
And we just want to ask the user for what position do they want?
Equals int. Then we had input. What position do you want? I guess, right? So then from there.
And then from there, the row is the tens digit, right?
Right. So basically.
So we can just do row equals position divided by 10. Wait, does it do integer division?
I don't. No.
That's a challenge.
Can we do position.list and turn it into
Actually,
a list?
no. Actually, why don't we just keep it as a string and we just use substring?
I like how you're thinking. Right, and then from here, if board row. So instead of row, oh no, it would be player.
No, we can keep all the same. We just have to set. We have to choose what row is.
Right, so that'd be position.
No, so look, we can just say like row equals, and then row equals the first
position
digit.
a 0, right? Like that. And then
Yeah,
colon.
and cast as an integer, right?
Oh yeah, duh. Cast it as an integer. Just like that. Column equals integer, and then the position of the second one, which is 1. Right? So that should be it. Should be, right?
I think.
Let's try it.
Maybe.
Oh, I didn't exit out. Let's see. I want,
Okay, so
like he said, he wanted 13, right? So,
yeah, row 1, column 3.
oof.
Oh no,
What's going
what
on?
is the error?
List index. Oh, we didn't subtract it by 1.
Oh yeah, we gotta subtract 1.
Minus, oops, minus 1. Minus 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's da 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 da, just like that. Let's go 13. See if it works. Nice. There you go.
And I can go 22.
22. Then we could go 11. And then you can go.
And I can
What do you want?
go 12.
12. And then I can go. Um. Wow. 3-1. 31, I guess.
31. Oh, there is something we wanted to show you guys. So I'm intentionally not going to win right now. I just want to let you guys know I can win. You know.
Yeah, you can.
um, say I go 21.
21. Oh, right. Sorry, it just shifted and I went blank. Let's say I went, I don't know, 33, I guess.
Okay, well now I have to win.
You don't have to win. No,
I
wait, you
kind of
can.
do.
You
If
kind
I
of do.
go 32, it says I win. The one thing I did want to show is that we currently have no tying condition.
We don't, do we?
So because Josh and I are playing like some incompetent fools, so we haven't tied yet. But
You know what? Let's just do that real quick. Just to show them.
let's just show you what happens when we do tie.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Which one do you want?
Let's say I go 22 or something,
Okay, I go 31,
and I go 21,
and then I go 23,
and then I go 12,
12, then I go 32,
and then I go
13,
33,
33, then I'll go 13.
and the board is filled up.
It
It's
is
my
filled up.
turn.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do anything.
Because, yeah, let's say you go 11, invalid choice, 22, invalid choice, 32, invalid choice. So basically, we need to create like a logic that
Yeah.
says,
So
hey,
once you get to turn 9, hey, stop playing.
yes. So the way we can do
Um,
that, we can make it into a counter thing, right? So after player,
yeah,
we could do turn counter equals what, 1, right?
yeah.
And then from there, we can say,
We have to check to see if so it starts at turn 1, and we're just like, hey, if the turn is 9, like that's the maximum number of things you can have, then let's just break. Let's just stop playing.
equals to 9, equals to 9. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just
We will use
break.
the break keyword, which is going to stop the while loop, and it'll break out.
And
And then
turn
it's
counter.
not, then it have turn counter increments
Aggregated
by
by
1.
1. Yeah, increments by 1. Yeah.
So now, if we tie, it'll break out, and it'll say the current player you win, which is kind of a problem too.
Which is a problem too. Let's fix that.
But let's go ahead and see this work so far.
Okay.
So Josh is going to put some stuff in so that we tie.
Give me a second. This is just weird for me in this position thing. Who's position? Oh, the first. Okay, so I could just do 22, and then I could do 32, 30. Oh no, 30.
Gosh, dang it, Josh!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is very weird for me. I'm sorry.
Josh made it where we couldn't
I'm
tie.
sorry. 33. I don't know, 31. I think. 21.
21. Don't go in the center. Don't go in the center. Let's
I'm
go in
going
the
to
side.
go 23. There we go. That should work. And
Okay,
then
there
I'll
we go.
make you 22, right? Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'll make me 32. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll make 12 and then 13. There, it breaks.
Oh, hey, so it breaks, by the way, we misspelled counter.
I put Kootner, didn't I? My bad. There we
Thank you for whoever pointed that out.
go. Oh my god, I put the exact same thing. Counter. There we go. Counter. There we go.
Counter. Thank you.
Okay,
For
there we
saying
go.
it. Okay, so now we want, after the while loop exits, if the turn counter is 9, we want to display a custom message of sorts, right? We don't want
Right.
to say, hey, you won, because no one won. So what we can do is we can do another if-else statement.
Right. Should I do it before? Yeah, we should do it before, right? It's right here.
Yeah,
If
so it's like this.
the turn counter equals to 9, then what I want you to do is
Is
I
instead we're
want
just
you
going to print, hey,
to
with a tie.
print the
Or something.
game ended in a tie. Just like that.
Woo!
Else we can say game over. Oh
Or
yeah,
we
we
can
can
just say
just
the
put
other person
this.
you won. Yeah.
Just like that. And then
Just like that.
regardless he'll print the board. That's it, right? Let's check it.
I think so. Oh, there's one more feature I think we want to add. When
Let's
we
make
talk
sure it
about this.
works real
Oh
quick.
yeah.
Oh boy.
I will play against you this time so we can
Yes,
secure a
please.
tie.
Please, I don't want to mess it up.
22.
Uh-huh.
12.
And then I'll go 32.
Mhm.
Yes.
21.
Then I'll go 23. And then you'll go
And I'll go 33.
or 30, either or, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shoot. I didn't see. I
Okay,
didn't
now
see.
Josh is gonna
I'm
win. He's gonna
sorry.
go
I'm
33. He's gonna win.
sorry. I am sorry. Obviously, obviously I can't play this game right.
uh,
Um, let's see if I can do this right. 2012. So I could do uh 20
32.
32.
32.
You know what? Yeah, you do this. 32,
And I'll go 21.
21, and
And
then
then
I'll
you will
go
go 23.
23. Jesus.
And then I will go
33.
33.
Yeah. And then I'll
And then you will
go
go 31.
31. My goodness. I can't
And
believe.
it says the game ended in a tie.
There you go. Okay, now
Um,
last thing we want to do, let's say that
so
they want to play again, right? So
obviously they want to play again, right?
so let's make it input. So answer, that's not how you spell answer. Answer equals we make it input, and we could say play again. And then if the answer, if answer dot lower, let's make it lower to, to even if they put caps or not, equals to yes, then what I want you to do, or actually, if they put the only
Yeah, or it's equal to Y or something, right?
y, right? Answer equals to y, then what I want you to do is,
No, we need the double equal signs, right?
oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. Then we could just run client handler.
Yeah. So then the beautiful thing is we can just call the client handler function, which will run the whole game again from the beginning.
Else,
And if it doesn't do that, it'll just stop.
then you
Or
just
print, or thanks for playing.
Okay.
Yay!
Now, let's see if it works now. Let's print, run. Okay. Let's actually play this time, cause okay. So let's go. I'll go here.
I will go 22.
I will go here.
I will go 12.
I will go 32. Right? Yes.
I will go 21.
21. I'll go 23.
I will go 33.
And then I'll go 31. There we go. The
Okay,
game ended
it's
in a
a game
tie.
in the tie.
Play
Play
again.
again. Sure.
Yes. See?
This time I will go first,
All
right?
right,
So
go for
it
it.
works. We're playing again. I'll play 11.
I will go 22.
I will go 33.
I will go. Oh man, I don't like this. I'll go 13.
Oh, I am forced to go 31.
And you win there. Definitely.
And then I will now go 32.
There we go.
And see,
Let's say I
it's a nice
say
game.
no.
No,
Thanks for playing it.
thanks
That's
for
it. That's the game. That's tic tac toe.
that's it. So you can grab a friend, play with them, destroy them like I did, or and then log games of ties.
Yep.
Um, I think in the next stream we wanted to talk about like a nice some decent
AI.
AI that'll play against you.
Yeah, we could do that.
Um,
So
maybe
now since we've done with the project, is there any questions that anybody wants to ask? Like a little
yeah,
Q&A session.
we'll be up for a little Q&A for the next 15 so minutes, depending on how many questions are asked.
Hmm.
Joshua, should we just go ahead and upload the source code for all this?
Yes, let's do that.
Maybe like into like a paste bin or something.
Yeah, we could do that. So let's get A, Control C. Should we put in a replit?
Yeah, or just like into like an online like paste bin thing. I don't know, maybe Replit
I
or
think we could do replit just in case they want to edit it themselves.
yeah.
You know. So actually, I'll send you the code because I don't know how to do that. Um. Okay. Okay. I'll put in the replit.
All right. Where'd you put this? Oh, is this just in the Replit? Okay. I'll go ahead and share the link to this.
Okay. Did anybody have questions? I can't see the chat. So.
No questions so far. But
Okay. That's cool. Cool.
make sure this link works. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and send out the link in the chat right here for those of y'all who want to take a look at it.
I can't believe I'm so bad in tic-tac-toe. My goodness.
I can't believe you can't even tie a TikTok.
Myself, I
That is
can't
a
tie
real concern.
myself. Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's weird.
Um, but it's all good. Yeah. Oh, someone says, can you zoom out to show the whole code?
Zoom out to show the whole code. Sure, if you want.
I think I don't know how well it'll show up on the screen
Yeah,
then.
I don't know either. But I mean, I guess I could do this. It's not gonna be that much, but I think that's too tiny.
It's like
That's
very
a little bit
small.
too tiny, right? Yeah.
So but it's not too hard long. It's only like 70, 80 lines of code, right?
Mhm.
75, yeah.
I remember we didn't even do classes, so this could have been even, spread out even more. But yeah, I guess this is the code. This is what the best I could do for you guys to be, be able to see.
No questions so far? Huh.
No questions? Let's make it a little bit bigger, cause
Well, I think that's all we had planned for today, right, Josh?
yeah, that's basically it. Because I was saying if anybody had questions, but it doesn't seem like it. So
Yeah. Well, I guess in that case, we're gonna just gonna
should
end the
we end it
stream.
here?
Well, yeah. So make sure you check out the Java and Python videos posted on Tuesday and Thursday, respectively, and we'll be back again next Saturday at the same
Next Saturday
time,
at 1.
expanding on this TicTacToe project.
Yep, for sure. All right, so should we end it here? Okay. Ouch.
Someone said we should make 3D TicTacToe.
A 3D tic-tac-toe?
How do you make a 3D TicTacToe?
How would you make a 3D tic-tac-toe?
I don't know.
How would that be
Uh,
possible? That is weird. I would like for that dude to elaborate more on what that means.
yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
But if y'all are following along at home, go ahead and you can build upon this as well, adding some more your own features, maybe making the board bigger, adding rules, and don't forget you have to implement diagonal win conditions too,
Yes, for sure.
because
All
there's
right.
multiple ways to do it.
Yeah.
Let's see what y'all come up with.
Okay. So, well, since there's no questions, I guess we could just end it here.
Yeah. All right.
All right then. Well, everybody, have a great day. Check out the videos. More videos will be on Python and Java. Tuesday and Thursdays, just like Adam said. And yeah, hope you guys have a good one.